Hello everyone, this is Candy, the 614 Stitcher, and today is Thursday, May the 5th, 2022, and this is my Flosstube episode number 43. I would like to say hello and welcome to all of my new subscribers. I hope that you find your time with me enjoyable, and I hope that you will be enabled by something that I may be stitching. To all of my returning friends and subscribers, thank you so very much for coming back each and every time that I upload a video. Pardon me. I have I've done. This video now is number 3. I tried yesterday twice, which was Wednesday, and there was some issues. So I hope I have them all worked out with my camera and that this video will be uploaded today. I have been doing a little bit of stitching and we're going to get right into it. I'm thinking that this will be a shorter video for me today. Like I'm stuttering and stammering and everything. I'm going to move you over just a little bit. There you go. So today I have an FFO, I have a FO, I have some whips, and I also have Stitchy Kindness and a tiny bit of haul. And then I will have some information on the mental health care awareness for this month. So we're going to just jump right in. My FO is, if you recall, a couple of months ago, I finished the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Positivity Rules SAL, and I made it into an FFO, and there it is. It is a pillow covering. And I don't have a pillow that will fit into it just yet, but when I do get one, it will be ready. I did it's called something, a flap opening. I did put interfacing on the stitching side so that when I'm putting my pillow in and taking it in and taking it out, it won't snag the stitches. But here is my FFO, and I love it. So there's that. And then on April the 30th, I finished Lizzie Kate's May. And if you recall, I changed the color of the flower and the color of the accents for the watering can. The only other change that I did make to this was I left the border off of it. My plan right now is to make this into a flat fold, so that's where I'm at. I could also make this into a small Dobo pillow. I've already put the interfacing on it in case I change my mind about doing the flat fold, but that is my finish, and it's technically an April finish because I finished it on April 30th. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I did post it there. So that was pretty exciting. I did have a finish for April. Pardon me, the weather is changing in Ohio again. It's really overcast and cloudy, so hence the allergy cough. So now since we are starting a new month for May, I do participate in the Garon Designer Focus with Garon Toten Bags, the Sunshine Stitchers, and C Zook Stitch. And this month is Blackbird Designs month. And so I have started my Auld Lang Syne stocking. And here is where I did get to on Sunday, May the 1st. I am stitching this on a Weeks Dye Works 30 count Peoria purple, and I am using the call for DMC 3799. And I am about halfway, pardon me. I'm about halfway. I am right to the and so this coming Sunday, I'll be working on the bottom part of the stocking. I did make a decision that I am going to go ahead and continue using the $37.99 for the heel part also, since I have a great fabric color. I'm just going to stick with what I'm using. And so that's where I'm at with my new start. And then for hashtag mental health care awareness, mental health care Sal, I am stitching Waxing Moon Designs, stitching each day. And I did start this also on Sunday, May the 1st, before the Zoom started. And here is where I did get to so far. I have been averaging 20 to 30 minutes a day on this project. I am stitching this on a 28 count gray. And I believe it is a Zweigart. And I'm using the called for colors with the exception of the S is in Ocean because I didn't have the call for, which was Teal Frost. I'll be stitching on this every day during the month to see where I can get to for my hashtag mental health care Sal. I would also like to thank all of the Flosstubers that are also participating. If you are not in, if you do not record Flosstubes and you too are participating, please be sure to post your pictures to the hashtag. I will be updating the hashtag with my pictures every couple of days, just so that I don't overwhelm the hashtag with 31 days of me stitching it along. So, you know, every 2 or 3 days, I'll be uploading a new picture of how my stitching is coming along for it. And I would like to thank all of you for your enthusiasm in stitching for Mental Health Care Awareness Month. So now I am going to go ahead on and move into whips. I'm just making sure I have some room here. So the first whip that I worked on for this month so far has been the Floral Fairy. And here's a picture of where it was when I finished working on it the last time. And here is where I am now. So I am working on the skirt. Her bodice comes up here. I've finished the butterfly. I just need to add the black for his antennae and his eye. And I am right about here. That's where I'm at with finishing the skirt. I am going to start putting in the flowers at the bottom of her skirt. I don't want to leave that to the very end. And then once I do that, then I can start back on the borders. There are 4 corner borders on this piece that I'll be putting in also. I am stitching this on a Fortnite Fabrics verdigris agaric. It is a mushroom. It is a 14 count, and I am using colors that were the same as the called for DMC. And the green I am using is blue spruce. The pink is sweetheart rose, and the fuchsia color is strawberry fields. And then it also calls for 310, which I'll just use 310. But that's where I am on the Floral Fairy, and I am using her in the Acrostic for the magazine monthly group for Ukrainian designer. So how that all happened is I knew I wanted to stitch on that piece, and so I just tried to fit it in wherever I could get it fit in. So, and you'll see that this month as I'm going about when I start stitching on other pieces also. My next project is in my butterfly bag, and it is my Temperature Butterflies by Stitching Mommy. And I have not been taking progression pictures of this chart since I'll be stitching it all year. But here is where I am on it now. So I am still working on getting the April butterfly finished. If you can see this peach color here, that is an 82-degree day. So now the weather, we had 2 days in April where it was in the 80s. One day it was 82, one day it was 83. And so now we'll start getting into the warmer colors, the reds. And so that's where it is so far. My plan is to work on this some this weekend so that I can get the April butterfly finished and move on to the May butterfly, which will be right here. And so that's where I am on that whip. So now I'm going to move into Haul and Stitchy Kindness. So I received a wonderful thank you card from Susan Barnes. She won one of the Rosewood Manor charts from March, and she sent me a lovely thank you card, which I really do appreciate, but you don't have to send me a thank you card, but I do really appreciate it. I love cards. I've been collecting cards ever since I was grown and on my own. So I have them in a drawer, and I just periodically, when I'm going through that drawer, flip through, and it's nice. And she also sent me some postage stamps. So thank you so very much. I really do appreciate your kind words. I also received in the mail my fabric of the month from Be Stitch Me, and I get a 32 count Lugana. It is a fat quarter, and this month it is called Rainy Day. I'm trying to see if you can see some of the modeling. It has a nice gray modeling also in it. I'm going to contact her today while I'm thinking about it to see if I can move up to a 32 count in her fabric also. Because I have a lot of 28 and now I need to start getting 32. A lot of the patterns, which I know I can stitch anything on anything. I know I can stitch on any fabric. And I know like with 32 count, you can switch over to a 16 count Ada. However, while I've been working on Mouth of the Flower, I love 32 count. It is a 32 count linen and I'm loving it. So I'm going to be switching over to 32 count so that I can start building my fabric stash of 32 count up also. And my last little bit of haul came yesterday. It is my Floss Frenzy from the Fat Quarter Shop. This is the Weeks Dye Works Club. And here we have Seafoam. The next one is Cadet. The next one is Teal Frost. This is Kentucky Bluegrass. This is Cypress, and this is Holly. And those are just so pretty. This is the April Club, and the name of it is called Peacock Blue. And they are just beautiful colors. I am not sure if they are still, if they still have openings for their Floss of the Month clubs. You can contact Fat Quarter Shop via their customer service. And if they are accepting into the clubs, you can sign up also. The Classic Color Works Club is called Floss Fancy. Floss Fancy. And they also provide you with 6 Classic Color Works flosses each month. So the Floss Frenzy comes at the beginning of the month, and the Floss Fancy comes at the end of the month, just so you also are aware of that. So now I'm going to move on to my plans for the upcoming week. I'm guessing since last week my video was on Thursday, this week it's going to be on Thursday. I'm going to maybe someday get back to Wednesdays. Like, I was so devastated last night and angry that my tablet would not work to upload. Like, I couldn't even view what I had taped. That's how, but I figured it out. Then I talked to my son today and he was like, yeah, Mom, you need to remember to remove your old videos. And I was like, I did remove them. They were hidden. But anyway, I digress. So, today, this evening, I will be working on Stitch Card Set D, and that is for the D in the Acrostic sound, and those are by Lori Holt. Tomorrow, I will be working on a Stitch for Sweet Freedom because it is the 6th of the month, and I work on a Stitch for Sweet Freedom on the 6th and the 19th of the month, as I am trying to push it to a June 19th finish. On Saturday, I will be working on my Whip Go call number 8, which is Winter Quaker. And speaking of Whip Go, for the foreseeable future, will be changing how I work on my Whip Go projects. I used to have time in the morning before I started work to work on my Whip Go projects every day. I do not have that time now unless I want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not interested in getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I will be working on my goals for my Whip Go projects as of right now for the foreseeable future. I am going to work 5 days on each project. and see how much progress I can continue to get on them. I may need to increase it to 7 days so that I will actually have a full complete week on them. Um, but I want to continue to see progress because I have chosen all large projects for WIPGO this year. So um, that's where I stand on that. So Saturday I'll be working on Winter Quaker. On Sunday during the Garon Zoom stitching, I will be working on Auld Lang Syne, and that'll be after. I just found out today that I'm going to a Mother's Day brunch with my son. So happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there early. And then on Monday evening, I will be working on Mouth of the Flower. I need to determine, it is also a WIPGO call, and it is my number 14. So that'll be 1 day each for the next week on both of those projects. So, and that is where I stand with all of my stitching and plans and haul. I do have a little snippet that I would like to talk about for Mental Health Awareness Month. For this topic, I am going to be talking about post-traumatic stress syndrome. A lot of people associate that with veterans mostly. However, we all can suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome or disorder. It is a persistent symptom that occurs after experiencing a traumatic event such as a war, rape, child abuse, natural disaster, or being taken hostage. The common side effects are nightmares, flashbacks, numbing of emotions, depression, and feeling angry, irritable, distracted, and easily startled are the common ones. Pardon me. I wanted to bring this up because I myself did not realize that I was actually having post-traumatic stress disorder. After these past 2 years of, I think it actually started before that, but after having these past few years of dealing with the pandemic, now the war in the Ukraine, just all of the little things, it seems as though it is building and building and building. And so with that being said, I would like to make you also aware that we have children, our children, young children, even my children, have never had to deal with the situations that we have been dealing with for the past couple of years. So please take a look and pay attention to what your children may be going through. This world that we are living in now, these children will have to deal with for the rest of their lives. And I do know that with post-traumatic stress disorder, the symptoms don't come up right away. You could be rolling along in life, everything fine and dandy, and then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, one event triggers all of the emotions and feelings that you have been pushing down for years and years and years. So please, if you are suffering with post-traumatic stress disorder or know someone that are showing signs, please try to talk to them about getting some help. There are counselors and even medication that could help with the symptoms of all of these disorders. So that is what I would like to leave you with today. I thank you all so very much for coming along with me on this journey. I really appreciate all of the wonderful people and friends that I have met going through this endeavor with filming floss tubes. It's a wonderful experience. I do sometimes feel like I'm overwhelmed and maybe not as well equipped to do this, but you all have supported me every step of the way, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Have a very good Mother's Day for all of the mothers out there, and I will see you next week. Bye.